Now, quick question. Does anybody recognize this fella? All right, I'll bring it back around the room. Does anybody recognize that fella there? All right, I'll show. That is one Mr. Clark Griswold from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Has any of you seen that? That is a Christmas classic at our house, one of the greatest Christmas movies ever made. Clark, right, is probably in his 40s, has a family, and he wants to host the Christmas, the whole family Christmas at his home. He goes all out. His expectations are through the roof. Now, his parents, they are seniors, right? So you have grandparents, you have his wife's parents who are seniors coming into a new setting. Now, Clark Griswold put so many lights on his house that when he finally got them to turn on, it taxed the power structure, the power network so much they had to turn on the nuclear power. Somebody had to flip the switch. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It is hysterical. Cousin Eddie is my favorite character. He's been unemployed for 7 years, but he's holding out for middle management. All right? Now, why am I talking about Clark Griswold? Well, because that has something to do with us. One of the scenes in the movie is, and maybe some of you can relate, the two grandfathers are passed out on the couch right around 1 or 2 o'clock after dinner, and they're snoring, and the wives are crocheting, and the other one's got a glass of wine watching a program. And so that got me thinking, with Clark on his ladder, with these seniors in different settings other than their homes, what are the fall statistics during the holidays, right? And we've talked many times, we've even done a lecture over this, we've talked about the most common times for a fall, right? And that's the time between 6 and 9, and then again between midnight and 3, all right? About then, I don't quote me exactly, but it's late, early morning, late, early night, early morning. And what that coincides with, guys, is that's people coming home from going out, maybe having dinner, or they're having dinner at home, getting up, using the restroom, and then also early morning, getting up in the middle of the night, going to the restroom. And if you're in an unfamiliar surrounding, your risk of falling just shoots up that much more. So according to some studies, now when you're in a new setting, sometimes sleep can be difficult, right? New beds, new surroundings, new sounds. 37.9% of people reported unintentionally falling asleep during the day. So if you're not getting a good night's sleep at night, you'll fall asleep in the day. Here's the problem with that. When you do not have a good night's rest, your risk for a fall does increase. Here's something though that I want you to pay attention to. If you're going to a family member's house or a friend's house and you're going to be staying overnight, even if you're staying in a hotel, okay? Here are some things I want you to pay attention to, especially the pathway from your bed, wherever you're staying, to the bathroom, all right? This is an unfamiliar path for you, so I want to make sure that we clear the way and we make sure we secure all floor coverings. Number 2, you want to check your chairs. Well, what does that mean? Older adults can sometimes fall when getting in and out of a chair. So you want to make sure that you have a chair that's firmly footed and easy to get out of, especially at the dinner tables when it's crowded. All right, you don't want to catch your foot as you're getting up to leave the table or as you're walking through with your plate. All right, you have chair legs that'll sneak into the pathway there. Again, clear the pathways, especially that pathway from your bed to the restroom, guys. Limit dim lighting. You want to make sure that the lights are nice and bright so you can see. We all love the glow of Christmas tree lights and menorah candles, but enjoy them in short bursts. Dim lighting increases the chance of falls, right? Shadows and glares may disorient and misguide, and you'll misgauge your step or the distance between you and a chair. Stay safe when cooking. Kitchen's always a dangerous area, especially when there's a lot of people in there, okay? Monitor for sounds. Certain sound, now that's an unusual one. Certain sounds can be overwhelming, confusing, and anxiety-provoking for some seniors, especially those with hearing loss. Hearing aids can sometimes heighten background noise, so imagine struggling to pay attention while there are multiple loud conversations and background music happening simultaneously. If you notice, your friend or you notice yourself withdrawing for conversation or festivities, the background noise may be the reason why. Try to find somewhere a little bit quieter, okay? There is a quick list, guys, of things to identify, things to look for. I hope you have a great holiday break. This is our last class. So we're going, until January.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
So it's only 2 classes this session?
No, there were 3.
We did 3.
We started early. You weren't
Oh,
here that
I
time.
did not know you started.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
They changed it.
Well, I'll talk to you. Yeah, we'll get it.
We
January.
don't start in January until later too.
Right. I think we start the second week of January, if I believe that, because you got January 1st. So last class until January. So here's what we're going to do. I want you to remember me. And the only way to make that happen is to make sure that you're sore from now until January. So it is on today. No, I'm just kidding. Everybody take a breath. All right.
To your list, you should add pack a nightlight.
Oh, that's a great suggestion.
People,
I take
sometimes they
mine.
have them and sometimes people don't. But at night, you really do.
If you do take it with you, it makes a big
Or
difference.
pack it in your overnight case or your traffic.
Making an amendment to the list. Wonderful idea offered here in class. Great suggestion. Pack a nightlight. The location, the place you may be staying may not have a nightlight, right? Especially if you're going to someone's house with younger kids, or maybe they don't have kids. They may not have a nightlight. Make sure you pack a nightlight. Wonderful suggestion, all right? Let's have everybody stand. Let's roll behind our chairs.